first and 10 out of the Patriot timeout. Down the middle, Gronkowski. My wildest dream that I ever think I go to 9 Super Bowls. That's Edelman diving for the first down.
So you see how he motioned over there? You think it's man-to-man, but then all of a sudden they'll drop out and play zone sometimes.
Pocket protected. That leaves Edelman open.
Biggest game of the year. Someone has to make a play.
Fight it out. Fight out all night. Year of the offense, right?
That's the future of the game, right? Yeah. Brady on first down. Lofts it. Gronkowski has it.
What's that chant? Is that Brady?
Sounds like it to me.
He knows how important this is to the family and how much this means to Tom. Same exact play again. Edelman over the middle.
Second and 3. Down the field and goal! Gronkowski has it at the 2-yard line. From the 2, first and goal. Running it for the touchdown. Sony Michel.
It's fourth quarter and it's money time for the greatest guy to ever sewed it up.
Got to snap it one more time. It ain't over. The ball will end up in the hands of Tom Brady on the kneel down. And what did he say to us the other day? He says, I pray to win another Super Bowl. So help me. I'll never ask again. Can I just get this one, he said.
Till next year.
Yeah, exactly. Then the reset. Yeah, he said, missed it. Belichick's going to become the oldest coach, supplanting Tom Coughlin, who was 65 when he beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 46. And there it is. The dynasty continues.
How satisfying after all the talk, and this season was this one.
You know, it was an unbelievable year. You know, probably, you know, we fought through it more so than anything, and it's unbelievable to win this game.
All week you've talked about you want to keep playing. You want to play till you're 45. You just won your 6th Super Bowl. Does that change anything at all?
Doesn't change anything.
Tracy asked you, would you come back again? And you said yes. And for all of those fans out there, what will motivate you to come back? How will you reset and do it all over again?
Look at this. How did this not motivate you? It's what it's all about.
Julian, I don't know if you've ever watched this program, First Take, with these fine gentlemen.
I've seen it a couple times. I've seen a couple with Max.
If you've ever heard about this cliff, I think the hand gesture was like this. So is Brady falling off the cliff?
I don't think he's falling off the cliff. I mean, he just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I just want to know, I just want to be very, very clear on the record. You haven't seen any drop off. The man that plays with him, that catches passes from him, has seen no precipitous drop off from Tom Brady like some people have proclaimed.
I haven't. I mean,
when you have superstars, you can't measure them by just numbers. They rise to the occasion. For example, he just brought up the Super Bowl. To me, low-scoring Super Bowl. If the Rams had dropped 30, Tom Brady would have dropped 35. I mean, he's just that. I view it from the standpoint that when you're great, you do what the moment commands. And it's almost disingenuous to just look at the numbers and say, that's what defined this guy. To that you say what?
I agree with that. I mean, going into all the Super Bowls I've played in, I mean, there's been some where we've scored 24, 35, or whatever, and then 12.
Tom Brady had this Instagram post yesterday, a picture of a radar gun showing TB12 throwing balls at 61 miles per hour, and the caption, he's gonna fall off a cliff. You heard that one before? All right, here's a little bit of context. Here are some notable quarterbacks and how hard they threw at the combine before entering the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, 60 miles per hour. Baker Mayfield at 61. Carson Wentz at 57. Cam at 56. And Dak at 54. All right, well, Max, are you going to retract your statements now?
Absolutely not. In fact, Mike Tanier had this in Bleacher Report in January of this year. If you look into the numbers, first of all, the eyeball test tells you he's not the same. Two things have conspired to make it look as though he hasn't fallen off a cliff. One, he's playing for the greatest coach who ever lived. And two, and they've compensated with run game, etc. And two, they've changed the rules in the NFL where you can't touch the quarterback. And by the way, to get a high reading on a radar gun, you can muscle it. That's why quarterbacks at Brady's age are not as accurate down the field anymore. That's why you overthrow receivers, because you're muscling.
You did not say there would be a drop-off. You said he would fall off a cliff. That's what Tom Brady is replying to. But you made the argument. You didn't sit up there and say he wouldn't be the same and leave it at that. You said he would fall off a cliff, which basically meant, you know what? He's not going to be anywhere near what he was. He's going to be a shell of himself.
Be ashamed of yourself, Max. You should be very, very ashamed of yourself. You are over here looking through stats, doing your best to find things to explain away your take. You're talking about muscling a radar gun. I don't know what you're digging through, but I know what you're having to dig past. You're digging past 3 Super Bowls, 2 wins.
There's a buzz. Quarterback in high school and at Kent State. And then Brady shoots one to Josh Gordon. Gordon breaking tackles, touchdown, New England. The 25 again off play action and open for the touchdown. Dorsett.
Developing it over the course of the season. Brady, end zone, caught by Brown, touchdown, New England.
Second down and 12. Brady with pressure. Out comes the football. Recovered by Golden. And Marcus Golden is going to reach for the touchdown. First down at the 49. Brady keeps over the middle. Pass is caught by Jacoby Myers. New England just punch it forward to White. Picking his way inside the 5. No signal for a touchdown, and now there is. Touchdown.
Different looks. This is a 3rd and 5. Brady, plenty of time. Timing route down the sideline, and James White over the shoulder to take on responsibilities in the run game. 2nd and 7. Brady fakes on the handoff. The ball was tipped. White sets up as a receiver. Brady hangs in the pocket. Loops one. Incomplete. James White.
Last year you saw he was dinking and dunking, even compared to his dinking and dunking prime. He was dinking and dunking. There were yards per attempt, all that stuff, way down. And to his credit, they're 9-1. And Belichick, yes, and the defense, yes, but game manager who can take you to 9-1 without offensive weapons, my hat's off to him. But this is not the guy.
Kinds of time in the throw.
Where he is back to being game manager who really needs the offensive help. I know Isaiah Wynn hasn't been there. He's running for his life. He doesn't have outside speed. All those things are true, and that would help him. But the point is, he needs all that stuff
just
now.
The circle.
3rd down and 7. Brady passes off the hands.
Let me say sincerely what I mean from the bottom of my heart. I think all you're trying to do is support your original proclamation of Brady being over a cliff.
I was off by 1 year.
You too. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that I think that's what this is about, and that's fine. And I'm going to tell you why I think that's what this is about, because you're being incredibly unfair to this man.
2 on the play clock, and Brady's going to go play action. And the pass is dropped. Sanu was there.
Antonio Brown is arguably the best receiver in the world. He welcomed him into his home. Tom Brady has children. Tom Brady has a wife. And Tom Brady not only welcomed this dude on a team, he welcomed him into his home. Do you know how desperate you have to be if you are Tom Brady, with Giselle as your wife, with those beautiful kids of yours, to welcome a dude? And I'm not casting any guilt or innocence. I know nothing, but I know this: if you a brother that's gotten accused of sexual assault, you ain't coming to my house. Not with my kids. Oh hell no, you will not be there. You won't visit. This brother had a room ready for you to spend weeks there until you found a spot.
Yes, that's how much he's fallen off. He needs all the help he can get.
You could say that's how much he's fallen off. I can say to you, that's how desperate he is to have some level of help. My issue with Max is that you looking at him and not looking at his personnel. I don't know any quarterback in NFL history who threw the ball to himself.
Incomplete.
Tom Brady is no longer elite.
Enough. We get it back to N'Keal Harry on the edge with Brady out front. Brady got a block as well, and it gave Harry the space for the run to the 36-yard line.
Misdirection here, and as you mentioned, number 12, get out there, go low. It's Tre'Davious White taking him down.
Look at Peyton Manning, who was bad when the Broncos won the Super Bowl. He wasn't as good as Tom Brady is now. They've both fallen off a cliff by that point in their career. Of course, Peyton Manning had an excuse. He had an injury. Tom Brady is just, he's ancient.
Watson and Washington on the right side. Brady. Incomplete. Mohamed Sanu.
Are we going to be fair to a 6-time champion, somebody who's been to 9 Super Bowls? Are we at least going to step back and exercise fairness and go like this? Damn, what is he having to work with?
You could be seeing the last time Brady plays at Foxborough today.
2nd and 10, he's in trouble. He tries to get it away, and it's almost intercepted. Michelle, not this time. That's Evans. Michelle, they got him again. What a goal line stand by the Titans.
Wow,
that's what it is.
Yes, I mean, we'll never see this run again, Jim.
He's passed, it's intercepted and returned for a touchdown by Logan Ryan, the former Patriot.
Should Tom Brady retire?
Yes, he should. He won't, but he should. Not only has the cliff come, he can still make throws. Yes, he can, but he misses guys everywhere you can miss a guy. He still has a strong arm. Yes, you can muscle a ball when you get older, but it's not going to be the same, not accurately down the field. So should he retire, Stephen A? Yes, because the alternative is, let me show everyone the TB12 brand works, because I'll play till I'm 100 years old, but he will get diminishing returns and it will end without glory in some other market.
The fact is, he doesn't have any help.
So where are you on this?
Hell no,
he should retire?
Hell no. This man needs to come back, and he needs to remind the world, because, excuse me, Tom Brady, a lesser version than Tom Brady, is still a top 10 quarterback in the league. To me, come back and show the world, excuse me, give me something to work with and watch what I do.
I have somebody telling me this morning. In fact, this is very interesting. This is not a football source. It's a icon source. It is somebody in Tom's stratosphere that knows Tom, that is a famous person. And he says Tampa. That's what he's telling me.
Tom Brady is a Tampa Bay Buck.
Over the last couple of weeks, we have started hearing the groundswell. The Bucks, the Bucks, the Bucks.
I heard a lot, but I kept discounting it.
So did I.
Words I never thought I would say.
Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady signing with the Tampa Bay Bucs tomorrow. Holy hell. Everything we thought is going to happen.
You got Tom Brady there, not turning the football over, running your offense, ensuring that at the very least you're not going to beat yourself. I think it elevates Tampa's chances exponentially to at least make the playoffs and potentially have some degree of success in the playoffs. So I do like it for him.
And this was a very smart and, for me, unexpected move from Brady. Not that he's not smart, but the Chargers also have weapons in L.A., and I just assumed that he would want to go to L.A., and now you have all these weapons. The real question is, as Molly was talking to Mike, to Greeny earlier in the segment, no risk it, no biscuit, that ain't Tom Brady. You know, on the one hand, you think if Jameis was so bad that Fitzpatrick was like a revelation at times, boy, Brady with these weapons is going to be amazing, except he's been dink or dunk for years now, especially recently, and then even year over year, more dinking and dunking, and now all of a sudden it's going to be taking shots down the field.
But I'm a fan of the Jets. The Patriots are the arch rival, and I've rooted against Tom Brady in literally every game he's ever played, but I respect the hell out of him, and I respect him even more now. Because all of the talk about would he go to South Beach because it's so glamorous and maybe Giselle would be happy there. Would he go to L.A. because he could set up his production company and all of that. He made a football decision first and foremost. This was by far the best decision that he could make.
I think Brady and Belichick clearly believe two different things. Brady believes Belichick and the offense held me back last year, and I'm going to show the world. I think Belichick clearly, by his actions, Wilds, believes we kept you together. Under any other system, you would have looked like Peyton Manning in his final year with the Broncos, and now the world's going to get to see it. And now, amazingly, the world actually is going to get to see who was right. But Brady can't go backwards, Wilds, because of what he's accomplished. Belichick can look like a fool if Brady looks great as a Tampa Bay Buck.
I think it'll be fun in Tampa Bay. I don't see it having an enormous impact directly in terms of the competitiveness. I think Tampa Bay will get better because I think Tom Brady, even at this stage of his career, is better than Jameis Winston. Brady, just by not making a lot of mistakes and game managing and then being big in important situations with all those weapons, should make Tampa Bay better. But I don't think Tampa Bay is going to win the Super Bowl. I think they maybe go to the playoffs, maybe win a game. I don't see them winning a Super Bowl.
Him not having weapons last year and having weapons this year, I expect him to have a much better season this upcoming year. I expect Tampa Bay to make the playoffs. I think their level of relevancy will be elevated exponentially, and as a result, who knows where the storylines will take us. What we're saying is that he didn't need any excuses before when you were talking about a cliff that was non-existent. Don't change the narrative. That's the narrative. And that ain't about what he does now. Ain't nobody worried about what Tom Brady's going to do now. He's got to perform or else he'll look bad. And we'll all be there to chronicle it because he certainly doesn't have any excuse to not have any weapons. But over the last 3 to 4 years, please, not to talk about
I was 1 year off precisely. What I said in my original comment was what Brady did last year.
Here we go. Oh, boy.
What Brady did not last year, but the year before last.
Do it.
What Brady did the year before last was what I thought he would do 3 years ago, which is win as a Peyton Manning-style game manager, plus, because he wasn't hurt. But Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos as a cooked quarterback. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, the lowest scoring ever, behind a defense and a running game. Last year, he got bumped in the first round, and this year he's not on the Patriots anymore because they wouldn't pay him like an elite quarterback because he's not one. So is there a cliff, yes or no?
Max is the only person on the planet Earth that brags about being a year late. First of all, we all know it was longer, but he actually brags about being a year late. Even if he was right, he was still off a full year.
I agree. I
and
credit
he brags
Tom
about
Brady.
it. He actually brags about it.
Hold on. I credit Tom Brady, but what about the rest of y'all pretending he's still elite? At least I'm caught up to reality. Y'all still living 2 years ago.
Listen, I like my friends in Tampa. I assumed they had high-speed internet and NFL Sunday Ticket, but maybe they don't. I mean, I understand it's not a major market, but I assumed they had the technological capabilities the rest of the country had. Give me a break. But no discernible drop-off in his arm strength. Greg, give me a break, man.
They've seen everything that Tom Brady has done, and they've highlighted all the great plays. And they've taken them, and they feel like if we can just get some of that, we'll have success. We have an opportunity that we haven't had in years. So yes, they are seeing what they want to see, and they are not seeing the inconsistent throws. He is not that same player. I'm not saying that he's completely fallen off the cliff or that he will, but he definitely shows signs of different arm strength and accuracy at this stage in his career.
When the Bucs signed Tom Brady, and this is very emotionally difficult for me, they put up a tweet that said, "We're teaming up to pursue championships, plural." And I found it personally insulting. You know what? Bring me back on camera. Bring me back on camera. This is this tweet. I printed out this tweet. Here, I printed it out. Bam, right there. Bucs, slow down. You're still the. Now I'm getting mad again, Nick. Slow down. You're the Bucs, okay? Since you came in the league in 1976. Out of the 4 major sports, you know who was the worst winning percentage? The Bucs. And now you're talking about multiple championships. You signed the guy for a 2-year deal. Now you're going to do back-to-back championships. It's like rising. My Tom Brady, missing Tom Brady's rising up again, Nick. I apologize.
Yeah, well, listen, the idea that Tampa is a championship contending team now, I think is lunacy. But they still were a mediocre team last season. And at this point, if I can only walk through one of 2 doors, door 1 is the Bucs are competing for championship, much less championships, or door 2 is by Thanksgiving, the Bucs are saying, oh my God, we're tied to this guy for next year as well. Door 2 is far more likely, and I'll take it a step further. Is it more likely Tom Brady's the best quarterback in that division or the worst quarterback in that division? Drew Brees is better than him right now. Matt Ryan is better than him right now. And Teddy Bridgewater, I don't know about you guys, I'd rather have Teddy Bridgewater next year than 43-year-old Tom Brady. So they can tweet whatever they want, and I like the fact that it irritated Wilds. Anything that irritates Wilds, I want to be on that team. But this is lunacy.
They've got the second greatest quarterback in all time, right behind Drew Brees, and now we got head-to-head 2 times a year. I mean, this is a team that's fighting for second place.
I like the Saints.
Love the Saints.
I love the Saints a lot. That's my Super Bowl pick in the NFC.
The Saints are really loaded. On paper, you can make a strong case they have the best roster in the NFL. Obviously, when you have the quarterback and the coach in sync and in rhythm and in place all these years, right, they should be a little readier to play game number 1 than Brady with a new coaching staff, right? And no preseason.
Okay, you heard it from me second.
Okay.
10-6. Okay. Is the best you can hope to do.
Okay. Why don't you have the guts to say they're going to miss the playoffs?
You would have if they hadn't added that extra playoff spot. You would have missed the playoffs.
You told me Tom Brady is a washed-up noodle arm quarterback. Am I right?
Skip, he got so much around him that people could. Sometimes you get tired and somebody can drag you across the finish line. Okay. Dragging him. He ain't pulling nobody. They pulling him. So, with that being said, you catching the L. The best you can hopefully do is 10-6. You will not win the NFC South. You will not be the NFC representative in the Super Bowl.
where Tom Brady and the Buccaneer offense will set up after a 39-yard punt, and I don't think there's been a more anticipated uniform change maybe in the history of the league to see what the GOAT looks like in pewter.
He looks pretty good, doesn't he? I know he's excited.
Brady keeps, throws, pass is caught. That's Chris Godwin, who broke out last year, and he's out of bounds at the 46 of New Orleans after a 29-yard completion from Brady.
Well, they clear out on the outside with the receiver, and then you've got Chris Godwin, who he's working on the corner route, and this ball was perfectly thrown by Tom Brady. He just drops it right in there. And Godwin, who had a heck of a year last year, Pro Bowl season, his first 1,000 yards receiving. That's a nice job and a nice throw. Good protection up front as well.
Quick throw, pass caught. Scotty Miller makes the effort for the first down, so to speak. 3 tight ends in the ball game. Brady's going to keep and take it in for the touchdown. Tom Brady slams it down, and he's got a touchdown for the exclamation point at the end of his first drive as quarterback of the Tampa Bay Bucs.
But he sees that spot. He just goes and gets it. It's a great opening drive for this Tampa offense.
And now they, as Jerome Boger came in and stopped what would have been a snap, now they verify that Brady was indeed in for the score, and Ryan Succop, a late add. First drive for Brady. And the Bucs ends up in the end zone. Took it in himself on the road against the Saints. Patriots won today with Cam Newton at quarterback. As they beat Miami, here's a pass that is picked. Intercepted and back the other way, Marcus Williams.
It's a little bit misleading as to how effective they were throwing the football.
Pass is caught. That's Godwin. Now got his hand on the turf, ready for 3rd and 13. And Brady is sacked. Brought down from behind by Hendrickson.
Well, yeah, just some pretty basic mistakes in this game by Tampa.
On 2nd and 15, this one's packed. Back the other way for the touchdown. It's Janoris Jenkins, a pick 6. 3 tight ends in the game. Watch for that guy, Cameron Brate. He's a red zone weapon. And Brady throws. Easy touchdown for O.J. Howard. And what an answer by Brady. The 45-yard penalty set it up. Brady keeps, throws, pass caught, Godwin, first down and more. 3rd target for Gronk, who's got just 2 catches, 11 yards. Brady has to pull it down, and down he goes, and the sack by Davis. Brady airs it out downfield, and the pass is caught by Scotty Miller. Tampa Bay with 2 timeouts, down by 17. End zone passes Evans, and a touchdown. His first catch of the ball game results in a score.
I think we're all going to wish we had a lot of plays back. Certainly I do.
12, don't be mad at me. I'm just going to say the Buccaneers season opener will be a loss in New Orleans to the defending NFC South champs.
Max, I'm going to start with you here because I know how much you love Tom Brady. The cliff, the ravine, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure you're happy today. What did this performance say about Tom?
Well, it's a ravine. It looked like a cliff. And then when I got a little closer, it's a ravine. It's just a decline. Look, this says that without Bill Belichick there to give him the team's success that masks his decline, he's obviously in decline. Belichick won after week 1. Brady zip. They got everything he wants. And Brady, as he showed last year, when he needed to beat Miami to get a bye in the first week, couldn't do it.
Still waiting, and now throws over the middle, and he's got his man, Mohamed Sanu. Brady Fake sets up the screen. James White, the 10, the 5, touchdown. Fitzpatrick throwing over the middle, touchdown. Mike Gesicki. Well, the stadium got real quiet real quick.
It is what it is. This is what a 43-year-old quarterback on a new team looks like.
Well, first of all, Keyshawn has that look on his face, and I'm looking at you the way that I do. Number one, because we don't understand what the hell you're saying. And number two, we don't care. And the reason why we don't care, Max Kellerman, is because you were talking about the cliff and then the ravine, and it took you 3 years to get from the cliff to the ravine.
There's been a cliff traditionally until now. Brady's taken very good care of himself, and there have been changes to the quarterback position. You can't breathe on him anymore. His was more like a ravine than a cliff.
And in the meantime, Brady went to 3 Super Bowls and won 2. So we don't want to hear what the hell you have to say about Brady and the ravine. We stopped listening to you about Brady in 2016. We just tolerate you because you're on national television, and obviously we care about what you have to say with every other subject. But when it comes to Tom Brady, your credibility was shot 4 years ago. That's number one.
You can't possibly think that it's the end of Tom Brady. Once they get on the same page and in sync, you're going to see a totally different Tampa Bay Buccaneer team.
Not Bill Belichick's system, right? That's not there anymore. It's not going to be, hey, he's the greatest system quarterback of all time, the system being the Patriot way. And Bill Belichick wouldn't let him turn the Patriots into a TB12 infomercial.
Sometimes the most excruciating part about listening to you is just the length of having to listen to your drivel. You bring up stuff like fake news or low quality information, and that's exactly what the hell you just gave our audience.
This notion that you wait for something bad to happen to Tom Brady so you could just try to flex your chest and talk about him being bad is the craziest thing in the world to me. It's like all of the stuff that happened in football, you waited for Tom Brady to have this situation so you could try to justify all of the foolishness that you done spewed about Tom Brady.
It's only week 1, Jenna. Coach Mangini talked about it last week on our show Friday. He talked about continuity versus a lot of change.
I know folks thought I was being sarcastic or a jerk this summer when I asked this question, but I will ask it again. Are the Tampa Bay Bucks a quarterback away from being a contender? Because Tom Brady, from what we've seen from him, not just in week 1, he looks old, he looks inaccurate.
So easy.
JD, please.
So easy to
please.
do that.
And LaShawn McCoy, Marcellus throws a lookout block when all you can do is say, hey, Tom, look out! So the problem is they're pretenders right now because you got all these stars.
Oh, wow.
But you got nothing to show for it.
Wow, okay. Tom Brady lost another season opener. Tom Brady has lost 4 season openers, including yesterday. But let's talk about the other 3. You know what happened in those other 3 season opening losses those years? They went to the Super Bowl and won 2 of them. But Emmanuel Acho would say that team was a pretender in those 3 season opening losses. But this year, you're going to go there again, and Tom Brady's going to make you eat your words.
Tom Brady has never started a season 0-2.
Do especially, you're the offense, so you got that.
Dumps it off for LaShawn McCoy, trying to work his way to the 32. Penalties an issue last week for Tampa as well. Brady deep down the middle for Evans. Inside the 30 of Carolina, and Mike Evans is down to the 21. Here's Jones, stiff arm, end zone. Ronald Jones with a touchdown for the Bucs. Bridgewater stepping up, that ball's loose. Jason Pierre-Paul scooped it up. Nobody touched him down, so that's a live ball. Brady pumps and throws. Back shoulder for Evans. just like that, touchdown Tampa Bay. Quick throw past the sticks. Tumbling catch is made. First down, Mike Evans. Brady out route Evans. And it is a catch for a first down. Bridgewater's been waiting a while. This is the 11th play of this drive. Looking on the perimeter for Justin Watson.
Start running the ball down their throats.
Three-man rush. Brady to the sticks for Evans, and he's got another. Flea flicker. Fournette back to Brady. And he's got an open man in Justin Watson. Into the red zone, Tampa Bay. With time, he finds Fournette. He's got the first down at least. And here is Fournette trying to plunge in, and he's in for his first Tampa Bay Buccaneer touchdown. Quick screen. Evans makes one man miss in Dante Jackson, and then Justin Burris runs him down. World champion as a rookie with the Eagles. He beat Brady and the Patriots. Brady looking back in the end zone, and it's dropped. LaShawn McCoy unable to haul it in, and it brings up fourth down.
Drive over right here, big drive.
And he slips through, breaks free. Leonard Fournette. What a gut punch from Tampa Bay. A body blow from Leonard Fournette.
Undisputed, we like to give out letter grades around here. So Shannon, give Brady a grade.
I'm gonna give him a C-, Skip. I thought he was okay, not great. BA's offense is to push the ball down the field, and Tom is still not quite comfortable with that yet. I thought he did some good things. There were some things I didn't think he did really well.
His first half was an A+. He was Super Bowl Tom for a half. I was Cyril Grayson even in the rotation because Chris Godwin was not.
Right.
I'm going to assume he will be out of concussion protocol for the game at Denver, which is, as you know, Tom Brady's house of horrors, right?
I said on Friday, Tom Brady would be overrated on Monday morning. Here we are on Monday morning, and everyone's overrating him. Tom Brady was meh. He was meh. He was okay. That's the best you can do? But any competent NFL quarterback would have done at least what Tom Brady did. He severely underperformed my expectations, including the 2 drops that could have been scores. He underperformed my expectations for him. And take a look at the numbers. They don't lie.
Well, first of all, the numbers do lie because there were 2 passes that were in the end zone that were dropped. That's number 1. Number 2, if you look at the first 6 quarters out there, first quarter, they said that like his first 6 passes were on target. He was dropping dimes all over the place. He looked considerably better. Now, that's not overrating him because the numbers ultimately were relatively pedestrian, only 217 yards passing. Had they caught those couple of passes, it might have been for over 300 yards. But in the end, what it came down to is here's what I say you have to be impressed about with Tom Brady's performance. He connected with Mike Evans. 7 receptions for 104 yards. That's what you wanted. It's Chris Godwin. I don't know if you got his name, Max. He didn't play. He was hurt. He was out, okay? We can't judge what we're seeing from the first 2 games and say this is who Tom Brady is and this is who he's going to be in this offense.
If your argument is simply, Tom Brady, what they were really looking for in Tampa is a quarterback who wouldn't make so many mistakes and who would sometimes come through on 3rd down and could rely on the weapons around him to do a lot of the work.
Yeah.
And if he did all that, this team would compete for a playoff spot. Yeah, I'm with that. That's what I've been trying to say Tom Brady is.
Before I disrespect you any further, sir, can you just answer me? Are you saying yes or no? Because I just want to know if I need to offend you.
Yes, they are.
Okay. See, here's the problem. I'm so disappointed in Marcellus, specifically today, more than any other day in the history of television in which I've been watching him.
Wow.
And I've been watching him since he's been at other networks. Tom Brady, it's not as if he's doing anything that is fantastic. So no, the Bucs do not yet look like Super Bowl contenders. And we're not going to know until week 6 when they play the Packers if we're keeping it 1,000% real.
Last week, the sky was falling according to Acho because Tom Brady was 0-1, even though Tom Brady in 21 years has never been 0-2, including this year. Never been 0-2. But more importantly, when he was 0-1, I don't understand why Acho doesn't do his homework. Those 3 years he was 0-1, he went to the Super Bowl all 3 years and won 2 of them. The point is, this is a team that doesn't see anyone in their way that they fear. Who gonna stop them? And they got the guy who's sitting on the throne, so you need to watch it.
But Marcellus, the person on the throne, Tom Brady, he may have to leave the kingdom sooner than later. Can he get the football out? You're talking about get it out. You need to be telling that to Tom Brady. Get it out, because that's the problem. So you're sitting here banking on this GOAT, but like I told you on Friday, and I will tell you again, we haven't seen Tom Brady the GOAT since 2017. Keep hoping and wishing on it.
Wow. If I could beat a perfect team, how come I can't beat a 13-win team that lose to Minnesota the year before in the playoffs? I'm dropping mics around here. This is a work in progress. You got to respect that this is going to take time for them to come together, for Tom Brady to get acclimated, not only his new surroundings with his new staff, but his new teammates. Tom Brady is in a conference where you should fear no one. In a division, you should fear no one. And then he's playing a game of chess that's going to be slow played, but he'll be there at the end.
His performance thus far has been pedestrian. And that's my problem. It's been pedestrian. Every meaningful statistic that is found on the surface that you use to quantify a quarterback outside of wins, because obviously that matters a lot, and he's sitting at 1-1. Every meaningful statistic says Tom Brady's on the decline.
Who is leading the league in the most drops this year? Is it Tampa Bay? Is it Tom Brady? Is it Tom Brady's receivers? Who has a headline that reads, drop passes cost Tom Brady a 400-yard game by the numbers? Is it Bruce Arians and Tom Brady? Bruce Arians said, hey, if y'all don't start catching this football, drop 3 touchdowns. Not 1, not 2, 3 touchdowns in week 2 alone. And you over here saying, I'm disappointed in Tom Brady.
Look, I'm not ready to ring the alarm on Drew Brees, but let's be realistic. The reason I predicted the cliff, which turned out to be a ravine, I just want to point out, for Tom Brady is because no one in the history of football had ever played beyond a certain age at an elite level. They've been starters, but not elite. And by the way, you can argue what you want. Tom Brady has not put up elite numbers now in over a year. It's been over a year. So you could say, well, that's because of this, that, whatever. It's over a year. And now, just because Brady has done it and defied the cliff by a year, doesn't mean that that's just now what's going to happen.
Tom Brady got his first Bucs win last week. It was the 250th career victory between the regular season and the playoffs. The winningest quarterback all time.
Brady throws it for Chris Godwin, lunging for that goal line, and he is in for the touchdown. Welcome back to the Bucs, Chris Godwin. Denver defense. Brady slings it to Rob Gronkowski, and he's got the first. Brady stepping up, and he delivers to a third down security blanket in LaShawn. Goes 0-2 today, trying to get a win. A couple of teams perform well. Their backs against the wall. Brady to the side. Third down. Brady lofting it. Scotty Miller's the target. And Scotty Miller's got it inside the 30. Big blitz from the Broncos. Underneath, it's Godwin. And he has enough for the first down.
Will Chris Godwin run underneath?
Brady throws underneath. Gronkowski's inside the 5. And he's got the first down. Quick throw into that tunnel, and it's caught for a touchdown by Mike Evans. Sneaky design for a score for Tampa Bay.
Well, they're just going to run the quick screen out there.
Another drive starts with great field position for Tampa Bay. And Brady wants a shot into a tight window. Penalty marker is thrown. Josie Jewell and O.J. Howard are fighting for it, and it's a catch. Brady to Gronkowski. In open space. Right tackle worse. Brady for Evans. Another snare. And another touchdown for Mike Evans. Goes to Gronkowski for the first down. Out near the 45
on the kicker covering kickoffs from that one forward.
They're like, yeah, never again.
Yeah, it was like a safety.
First down, Brady to O.J. Howard. And here's Brady. Looking deep for Godwin. And he's able to twist around for the grab. Yeah, that'll speak volumes about Tom Brady's addition to the Tampa Bay Bucs and where the expectations are.
Shannon, I know this is always hard when it's against the Broncos, but please do give me an objective letter grade for Tom Brady.
Objective.
I gave him a C.
A C?
A C, Skip. Skip, the Broncos are bad.
Broncos.
Lost.
Broncos.
Lost. Did I leave this game and say, man, Tom looked really good? Yeah, I didn't leave this game thinking that, Skip. They won the game, but I don't think anybody thought they were not going to win the ball game.
Broncos.
Lost.
Tom Brady was going into yesterday 4-7 in Denver. It's been his house of horrors. He just doesn't like throwing in the mile-high atmosphere. I got 5 cases of Diet Dew that Tampa Bay will have a better record than Coach Subway.
What's the same record?
Coach Subway.
What's the record right now?
There is no doubting the fact that Tampa Bay has an extremely talented roster. The question coming in was how quickly would Brady mesh with Tampa Bay, 2-time Coach of the Year. Take the handoff, Brady sends it downfield and in stride. He connects. Throw Bruce area, not the first. Even last year, Charles, 3rd in the NFL in first quarter scoring. Brady on time, wide open Mike Evans. Play the drive, Buccaneers trying to cash in. Motion man is Brady. Brady rifles, touchdown! It's great on the receiving end. The Buccaneers continue to impress. Checking with Evans. When we get the next report, 2nd and 12. Brady in stride. Justin Watson. Approach 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. 2nd and 9. Buccaneers driving again. Brady intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And Davis is going to go all the way. Pick 6. Touchdown. Chargers. Adley's defensive unit has been the best in the red zone for the first 3 weeks of the season. This is a 3rd and goal. Brady tosses. Touchdown! Mike Evans grabs it for the score. What a turn here in Tampa. With Bruce Arians in Arizona. Brady, 2nd and 8, floats it out and connects with Mike Evans for a first down. Checks in on a 3rd and 4. Brady hits Justin Watson for a first down. In National Football League history through 3 weeks. Play action. Brady rifles to Mike Evans. Gronk still yet to find the end zone for the Buccaneers. Had 7 targets last week. Brady, oh, perfectly thrown to O.J. Howard. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Every time we sit here to do a game, you get 1 volunteer mention. That's your mention for the day. We'll move on. Is that on? Brady, home run ball on the way, and it's hauled in. Scotty Miller over the shoulder for the Buccaneers. 3-year-old for 46 yards downfield. Fake it. Oh, you can't do it any better. Brady to Miller. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. What a turn here in Tampa. This time it's O.J. Howard. Gronk is 6'6". 2nd and 20. Another deep shot for Brady. Evans adjusts. Takes a hard shot inside the 10. Change the formation. Sean Vaughn. 56. Now a better field for the Buccaneers. Brady fires underneath. Vaughn. He gets there. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Second and 7. We have 8 minutes to play in the fourth. Make the handoff. Brady walks in on Scotty Miller. Now in the backfield for the Bucs. Shotgun. Brady pump and throw. He finds the open man. It's gone for a first down. Second down and long. Pick the running play. Brady climbing around. 50-50 ball. It belongs to Gronk.
Guys here, white number 44 blue. He was a college safety, turned NFL linebacker, so he's used to playing the ball. Second time now he's been victimized downfield by a tight end. First time it was O.J. Howard. This time, Rob Gronkowski introduces himself to this afternoon's festivities.
But he played fantastic and was lights out the second half.
Did Brady prove that he's still elite?
No. Brady had a look. I thought Brady looked excellent in the comeback. He is a winning quarterback. And he deserves credit for that, especially at this age. Like, this guy is clearly not the same. Obviously not. The last time he was elite was a year and a half ago. Can he still be? Look, great older players can still recapture magic on a certain night, right? But can he do it consistently? Well, he hasn't now for a year and a half.
Well, he looked elite yesterday. That's the bottom line. 5 touchdowns passes, 369 yards, overcoming a 24-7 deficit. Last time I checked, that does matter. But the bottom line is that 24-7, 24 down, 24-7. Bruce Arians said it best. If this was last year, we would have lost the game.
I can honestly say, had this been last year, we'd have got our ass beat by 20.
The difference is that not only do you have a guy that's making throws, and by the way, making big-time throws for a third or fourth week consecutively, or at least 3 weeks consecutively, I might add, after that opening loss to the New Orleans Saints, but he's somebody that has a never-say-die attitude, and it appears to be contagious. So it's not just about his ability to throw the football, it's about his ability to lead. Tom Brady has looked stellar as far as I'm concerned, and I got to give props where it's due.
But this is what I'm looking at when I'm looking at Tom Brady. When he goes to Tampa Bay, here's what we thought. We thought it was going to be Bruce Arians, right? No risk it, no biscuit. And the bad things, Tom Brady will fix it. That's what we were thinking. So we thought we'd get all this explosion right away, but he would minimize the mistakes. Well, he has the big mistake yesterday, and then he goes on this run.
Let's not overstate it. We knew that Jameis was an interception machine. You had a great line. He was like the offensive and defensive player of every game he played in. 30 touchdowns, but 30 interceptions for 112 points. Just replace him with a veteran quarterback. Tom Brady's a very good example of one who cannot do that. And 7 and 9 easily turns to like 9 and 7. So we knew they'd be in contention.
You know, rhythm is everything, and I feel like Tom had that rhythm yesterday, even though they had to come from behind to get the win. It still does a lot for your confidence, but at the end of the day, it's all about mojo, and it's all about bravado, and I think Tom had that yesterday.
I don't know about all this talk about these aging quarterbacks. I know Nick Wright is probably going to go there, but, you know, I played with 18 quarterbacks, and 3 of them had the same type of noodle arms that everyone's talking about with Tom Brady. Because at 85%, Tom Brady is better than 95% of these quarterbacks in the NFL.
Oh, man. Now I got to be the guy. You're right, Brandon. 85% Tom Brady is better than 95% of the quarterbacks in the NFL. Unfortunately, the last time we saw 85% Tom Brady was 2018. Nobody can talk badly about how Brady played yesterday. Aside from the pick 6, he was brilliant. Nobody can deny that. But I will sit here and say, if you think we are getting anywhere close to that level of quarterback play over the remainder of the season, I think you are setting yourself up for massive disappointment. This was the aberration. This was the outlier game, but I feel like there is going to be irrational optimism because this is a bit of Michael Jordan's first 30-point game with the Wizards, and it's like, oh, maybe he's still got it. No, he doesn't.
His arm looks like it's intact. It looks strong. He can make all the throws all across the field, which is extremely important.
If folks are watching Brady and thinking he's got the same arm he used to, they're watching a different Tom Brady than me.
Marcellus is GOAT Tom Brady back.
What you mean back? He never left. You can't ungoat nobody. How you gonna come up here? And I know it. I can tell by that crunchiness going on between your eyebrows right there and that forehead right there.
Really.
Three head, yeah.
About three.
Look, y'all were really preying on the downfall of Tom Brady. And what did he go out there and do yesterday? 5 touchdown passes. Oh, he's back. He's done that 7 times in his career, including yesterday. And Tom Brady, the GOAT, is exactly what they needed and exactly what they got. The GOAT, not Tom Brady. And is he in decline? Is he sorry? Not, because it's not just his production that was a part of him coming to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was the fact that Tom Brady was going to change the culture, ignite every single player in terms of what they were doing and optimal results in terms of potential. And that's exactly what's happening.
The GOAT Tom Brady is not back. He's not. The issue is this. It's not that GOAT Tom Brady is back. It's that Bruce Arians' Tom Brady has arrived. What do I mean by that? Under Bruce Arians, you always throw for a lot of yards and you throw for a lot of interceptions. Well, this is what Bruce Arians quarterbacks do. They light it up offensively, which Tom Brady is doing. Kudos to him. Tom Brady's the greatest to ever do it. But they also light it up and with throwing interceptions. This time I'm going to drop the mic on y'all, though.
I'm listening.
Buccaneers last year, Buccaneers this year. Through 4 games, Jameis had 9 touchdowns, 5 giveaway. Tom has 12 touchdowns, 5 giveaway. Jameis, 96 passer rating. Tom Brady, 99 passer rating. This is what Bruce Arians does. Kudos to Tom Brady for maximizing the good. The question is, can he minimize the bad? Thus far, he can.
That was a mic drop. Buck Nasty. Hater of the year. You are the hater of the year. I can't stand you. I won't go outside and put a bowl of milk down so that your sister can have something to drink when she gets home. Man, I hate you. What you hate Tom for, man? Of course he's still the GOAT and the GOAT is back. That was a good team that they beat. Because this was not an easily won game. It went down to the end. For him to show up and after a mishap early in the game, to bounce back and continue to play the way that he did. I saw some impressive moments in that game, real decisive. And it's just hard to look at him and sit there and say, I'm going to pull out some stat lines and compare him to Jameis Winston and say, because of Bruce Arians, you do know, Buck Nasty, that's Tom Brady that's coming out your mouth that you're talking about.
LA. That Tom Brady's success is very much so a byproduct of Bruce Arians' offense.
But I ended with this.
How you end?
I remember in 2014, people were doubting the GOAT, doubting Tom Brady. They drafted Jimmy Garoppolo. Everybody said, oh, you on borrowed time, it's over for your GOAT. Since 2014, he just went out there and participated in 3 Super Bowls, won 2 of them, and became an NFL MVP. Doubt him if you won't. Tom Brady's here to stay.
So, Shannon, did he deserve it?
Skip, I really came out this morning. I came out here to crush Tom Brady. But to answer Jenny's question, did he deserve it? No. 222nd victory, Tom Brady broke a record. Had won the most games, regular season games.
That had nothing to do with the offensive player of the week.
Aaron Rodgers was 27 of 33, 327, 4 touchdowns, 0 INTs. He had 4 touchdowns, 6 incompletions.
2nd down and 10. Rodgers to throw again. Middle of the field this time, and he's got his man. 2nd and goal, they go empty. Rodgers has a man wide open, caught. 4th and 2. Staying on the field with the offense. Here's Rodgers.
Underneath again, plenty of running room. It's a first down. 2nd and 1, 15 seconds left. And Ryan will be dropped. Sacked by Zadarius.
He beat a team that's led by a rookie quarterback that their only victory came against Cincinnati in their rookie quarterback, and that's because the kicker pulled his groin on a field goal that won them the game.
Zerline, little squibber's got to go 10 yards, and it's close. Zerline may have come through. Who's got it? The Cowboys have it. Do you believe that?
Since you went there, it had everything to do with it. And no, he did not deserve to win this award, but I understand it considering what he did in the process. So stop it.
I'm going to start it. Tom Brady won this in a landslide over everybody else who played. You can have your Aaron Rodgers, you can have your Russell Wilson, you can have anybody you want this past weekend. And I'll take what Tom Brady did against the Chargers defense, coming from 24-7 down. And by the way, his 2 Pro Bowl receivers have been in and out of the lineup all year, and Chris Godwin has missed 2 games and is about to miss his 3rd tonight. So let's look, shall we, at what Aaron Rodgers did. He faced on, Monday night. He faced the 32nd dead last defense in scoring in the National Football League. Atlanta going into Aaron Rodgers. That's what I said. Aaron Rodgers. What did I say? Okay, no, Aaron Rodgers on Monday night faced the worst defense in the NFL because coming into the game, they had given up more points per game than my Dallas Cowboys had given up. It was a joke of a game to me, and Tom Brady faced on Sunday the 4th best scoring defense. They were ranked 4th coming into the game on points allowed. The same Chargers defense that held Patrick Mahomes to 9 points through 3 quarters. Into the 4th quarter, he brought another team from dead and out of it to into it, brought them all the way back to 31-28 ahead. Then they give up, speaking of the rookie quarterback, they give up another touchdown bomb to the rookie quarterback. There was a 53-yarder and then a 72-yarder. Suddenly put the Chargers back ahead, 35-31, and he did it again. He brought them back again and hit my little man, Keyshawn Vaughn from Vanderbilt University, their 3rd-round pick, for his 5th touchdown pass to bring him back a 2nd time in the 4th quarter. Yet another 4th quarter comeback for Tom Brady.
You threw a pick 6 for the 2nd time this season.
He did. And he overcame it with 5 touchdown passes. 24-7 down to that defense and came back.
Let's think about it.
Atlanta's defense was probably, by the end of the Monday night game, worse than even my Cowboys defense. He now has 5 completions on which the football traveled more than 30 yards. That is 5 for this year. Last year in New England, he had 5 for the whole year. This is 5 through 4 games.
Real good about yourself.
No, I'm feeling great about myself because you are so wrong about this. How about this? On just deep passing yardage through 4 games, guess who leads the whole league in that? The 43-year-old. Deep passing yards. It's ball travels deep, okay? He is completing at least 3 deep passes a game.
Aaron Rodgers should have won this award. But I understand.
Against the Atlanta defense?
Hold on, the NFL team, right?
I don't know. That's debatable. You've already called for the man's job, right?
I just
for Coach Quinn, right? Shouldn't he be uncoached Quinn? Which brings us to tonight.
Yes.
This is going to be a tough test for Tom Brady because speaking of all those receivers, Chris Godwin is still out. LaShawn McCoy is out.
You buy all that too.
O.J. Howard is gone for the whole year. Jameis turned it over 35 times. Want to bet Tom doesn't turn it over 35 times?
He gonna have just as many pick 6s as
you think
Jameis.
So? You think? How about turnovers? How many cases you want to bet on?
No, you're not.
Thank you. Did he have a cannon?
No.
But he's the GOAT.
No, actually he's not.
Actually he's not?
No.
Cliff Kellerman, will your boy be victorious tonight, Brady?
Oh, my boy, Brady. No, I actually think that Nick Foles and the Bears score an upset at home.
What I would say to you is that here's what I'm feeling from the Chicago Bears right now. I think that they're solid, if not a lot better than solid defensively.
Let's not forget, he had to orchestrate a major comeback. He did it, but he had to orchestrate the comeback, meaning they were way down, partly because he did throw yet another pick six. To do that again on a short week is a little bit different.
You do know.
Yeah, go ahead.
You do know that your compliments about Tom Brady means nothing to us. Because if it's not a cliff, it's a ravine.
It doesn't have to mean
so
anything
we
to
just
you.
know.
Right.
We know.
About what it means to
in
you.
other words, Max, you're trying to be slick. In other words, you don't mention a cliff, you don't mention a ravine, and then he goes out there and sticks up the joint, and then you come back and you mention it. So no. Just keep the same intensity, Max.
No, let me ask you something.
Don't veer off.
Do you think I'm running for the cliff or ravine? I'm right here.
I'm saying you didn't mention
about it like
all
every
I said
day.
is that you didn't mention it. Did you mention it? Did you mention it, or did I bring it up? Who brought it up?
I can't say it. I can't say it every single time we talk about it. I just said that's the best I've seen Tom Brady look in a long time. So that means he hasn't been elite in a long time. He had one game of elite performance
I'm saying is that
in which he had to come back from early mistakes and he had
it's
forever
hard for
to
me
throw.
to stay quiet.
The ravine and the cliff was mentioned for 3.5 years every day by you. All I pointed out, Max, is that you didn't bring it up this morning. That's all I said. All I said is that you didn't bring it up.
Okay, fine.
In the backfield next to Brady, the rookie from Vanderbilt. Brady throws, pass, caught, first down. That is Jaden Mickens.
They have given up some big plays through the first 4 weeks.
2nd and 6, pass is caught by Gronkowski. Play action here. Arians doesn't do a ton of that, and the pass is caught in the first. The rookie season for Tyler.
He did in New England, that it has taken some time.
Brady steps into it, and that pass is dropped. Looked like it was there for the tight end Hudson again.
Good corners in this league, and to be recognized as that, you have to intercept the ball. He wasn't able to do that the first couple of years.
Here's a pass caught, second of the game for Johnson, still going. Tyler Johnson showing his strength, takes it down inside the 10. Catch is good, but that's not what Arians was looking for. Here is Evans, and they get the touchdown anyway, and a flag is thrown.
Time for them to create a takeaway.
Pass is caught, depends on where they put it. What an effort, but out of bounds. A yard short of a first down. Vaughn, the rookie, in the backfield. And they push forward with Brady, and by the official running in, it looks like he got it. Brady, quick throw, pass is caught by Brate. His first of the game, a gain of 5.
4 weeks, this has been one of their strengths defensively, is getting off the field on third.
Pass is caught. Great catch by the tight end Hudson, but a flag flies. Protecting the blind side for Brady. Good protection here. Pass caught by Brate. And Brate takes it to the 44. A completion of 10. 3rd down and 10.
Well, it's Mike Evans there in the slot.
Good protection. Vaughn. Incomplete. Big hit by Kyle Fuller, and instead of starting at their own 47, they started their own 32. Here is Jones. He is to the 47 and more, spinning down near the 31.
They did a heck of a job protection. They got the running game going, 100 yards rushing for Ronald Jones. That's a great start.
Brady is taken down. Khalil Mack. Brady, pass is caught. That's Evans. Short gain, just 6. Fuller out there.
Career long, so they can get in range without a first down.
Brady hangs in, and he does take a big chunk of that yardage out as he finds Evans.
For a reason, Vodder started to come off the line and realized, hey, where's the guy blocking me?
Good to see Keyshawn Vaughn back in the ballgame. Brady steps up, throws a duck, and it's caught by Brady.
Keep his eyes down the field and find Brady behind the coverage.
Here's Jones. Penalty flag on the play. Fuller, I believe, just injured himself trying to make that tackle on the edge. Fuller checks out.
Holding. Offense number 78. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That rookie Kendall Vildor came in for Fuller. Brady with all day. The pass is caught by Gronkowski. That might have been meant for Evans.
I think it was. That's what I thought. Another flag's out there. Both these teams came into this game heavily penalized, and they have not changed that narrative tonight.
Pass interference. Offense number 13. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
First down at the 30. And Brady is going to be sacked. Flag down again. And then another 2 separate fouls on this play. Khalil Mack is there for Chicago.
For 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team. Personal foul. Defense number 52. Holding. Offense number 76. Penalties offset. First down.
Well, at the end of that play, when Khalil Mack, he gets to Brady and gets a little physical right at the end. The whistle's been blown, and then he slams him, and that was the one that was called on him. And they got Donovan Smith, the left tackle.
Pass is caught by Mickens. Does a hurdle and takes it inside the 45. Gets some of that penalty yardage back. Gets 11.
And now Ryan Jensen, he's into it with someone down there, and they threw the flag on. I don't know who they called it on.
After the play was over, personal foul. Offense number 66. 15-yard penalty. The down counts. It'll be second down.
And that is the 6th penalty on the offensive line of the Buccaneers. I think that was worse. And then Jensen comes down and just kind of sticks his helmet into that mix and gets called for a 15-yard foul. Bring up second and 34. Here's Evans. Short of midfield.
Well, they had a promising drive going to one side. But at least they get a chance to come away with a suck-up field goal.
Brady's going to go for the home run. He's got Evans turning and incomplete.
And another penalty back there where Brady was. It looks like they're going to get a first down on a late hit.
Evans turning 3 ways.
Number 65. That penalty's declined. Fourth down.
They call a hold against the Buccaneers. And it was against Alex Kappa.
Well, that was an ugly possession. Brady thinks so too, and he's letting him know.
Gronkowski reaching to get it, full head of steam. First down and more as he takes it inside the 30.
We got Scotty Miller in the middle. They've gotten the ball to 8 different receivers, but none have been to Scotty Miller.
Blitz from Smith. Pass is caught by Brady. First down to the 15.
Unlike Sunday's ball game against the LA Chargers, boy, he has taken a lot of punishment tonight.
He was not sacked last week. And he's sacked here. That'll be number 3 on the night, and he looks into the face of Khalil Mack again.
It's just undisciplined football.
Brady throws. He's got Gronkowski. Gronkowski short of first down yardage, and a decision coming here. Buccaneers lead. Now 3rd down and 9. The pass is caught. That is Miller. And that's a 1st down. Santos got it. Pass is caught. That's Evans. And he's able to get out of bounds to stop the clock on the line right now. Brady underneath hits the rookie and Vaughn brought down by Smith. 3rd down and 5. Pass is off the hands of Gronkowski, who can't make a spinning catch, and now it's 4th down. Godwin, now Watson, 4th down and 5. Brady, pass is broken up, incomplete, and the Chicago Bears are going to take over. DeAndre Houston Carson was there for Chicago.
No, Brady, I think the way Brady reacted and hold up his forward, I think he thought it was 3rd down.
If Brady's still standing out there. But that's 4th down, and it's Chicago's ball. And that's the end of the night, and there may be some confusion out on the field. And Brady's finally being told that's it. You know he knows. Chuck Pagano, his defense stepped up and made a stop at the end of the night. And Nick Foles is on the winning end of his matchup with Tom Brady yet again.
Tom Brady forgot that it was 4th down. He pulled a J.R. Smith on national television. Just like J.R. forgot that the score was tied, Tom Brady forgot that it was 4th down. Tom Brady did not play well up until that point, Skip. Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, that's somebody other than Tom Brady. We're eviscerating them this morning for that gap.
He's been eviscerated. What are you talking about? The world is filled with Brady hate, starting with you.
I ain't got him yet.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
You already got it. He would be you just eviscerated. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna get him. Should I get him?
Yeah, you can't get him for anything else.
Yes, I can.
Do I?
And okay, do you see that?
Yep.
That's your guy.
Okay, but
the GOAT.
Okay.
It was 4th down.
Yep.
He thought it was 3rd. He gagged.
Oh.
Your turn.
Thank you. Finally. First, we need some perspective on what happened last night, which we get none of from across the table. His team leads the NFL in penalties, and they had 11 more last night for 109 yards. There were blunders all over the field. There was the offensive center headbutting after a play. You'd never see that in New England. He was getting rocked in the pocket. And if you remember mid-4th quarter, one play in which Khalil Mack not only sacked Tom Brady, he ragdolled him, he body slammed him, and Tom's head bounced off the turf. And they threw a flag on Khalil Mack that got canceled by offensive holding.
There's absolutely something wrong with Brady, man. And let me tell you, the issue is that Tom Brady, I've said this all along, I'm struggling to find out, does he actually fit in with the Bucs? What is wrong with Tom Brady right now, Marcellus? On my first lap,
On your first lap.
I think that the Oregon doesn't necessarily mesh with the body.
Ooh, I like that first lap. Interesting. I am going to completely disagree and reject your argument like this body is rejecting that Oregon. You said Bruce Arians is the body.
That in the Bucs. In the Bucs.
Yeah, that ain't TB12. Ooh, if Tom Brady got to get in that body, everything will get rejected. Respect to you, Bruce Arians, but you ain't looking like you're eating some kale like Tom Brady. Tom Brady is still on a historic pace for Tom Brady and his GOAT success. Tom Brady is going through the process we all have to go through. Success is not linear, and at times it won't look like you're progressing. Maybe you have to take a step back to go 2 steps forward.
He's having to do things he's never had to do before. So he can't go out and play quarterback anymore. But the Buccaneers, 11 penalties last night, 100 yards of field position of straight penalties. What does that mean? Tom Brady now has to carry more of the load. The problem, though, now is Tom Brady has to be the talent, plus the producer, plus the director. Tom Brady has to do more than he's ever accustomed to doing in New England. He just had to go out there and play quarterback. phenomenal at doing that. Greatest of all time when it comes to winning. But now, he can't just go out there and play quarterback. Now we got to do more.
Will you stop with this here? See, this is what happens when they give us a day off. They give us a day off, Yacho just takes his whole mind and takes off.
I'm saying, you're sitting here telling me that a declining quarterback, who we know is declining, and we know he's declining.
Yes, that's why he left New England, because he was declining. He said, I need a new co-pilot to help me fly this plane. Ain't nothing wrong with the plane. Y'all lied to me, told me the engine was dead. No, the engine ain't wrong. The co-pilot and we didn't have enough of the right passengers. We had too much weight. You ever get on a plane? Small plane, private plane. You gotta shift sides. Point of this is, if you're gonna look and put the focus on Tom Brady is actually doing Tom Brady things.
Forgetting what down it is, Marcellus, is not a Tom Brady thing. There is utterly and clearly something wrong with Tom Brady.
Tom blew it. And listen, this is bigger than anything about the Bucs record, the Bears getting to 4-1, any of that. Because my entire life, there has been a go-to phrase when it comes to an athlete who probably hung on a little too long, changed teams, and your final memory of him is not what you wish it was. And that phrase has always been Willie Mays stumbling around in the outfield for the 73 Mets. Well, for the next generation, the phrase is going to be Tom Brady forgetting what down it was. Oh, it's not? Oh, Wild. Oh,
no,
okay.
No, that's your.
All right, Wild.
Because there's still a lot of football left.
I can't tell.
No, I'm totally serious. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. And this season is not going to go well for the Bucs. This season already is not going well for Brady. So absolutely Tom Brady forgetting what down it is will become this generation's Willie Mays stumbling around in the backfield. I think it's more likely the Bucs get left out of one of those spots than the Packers don't make the Super Bowl this year. Because I think the Packers are competing with one team right now for the Super Bowl, and that's the Seattle Seahawks, Brandon.
Whose job on the field will be tougher, Rodgers or Brady?
Definitely Tom Brady. I mean, it's been, some ups and downs and a lot of miscues with TB12, but I trust them to get it corrected. But things are not flowing accordingly with this offense, and I'm pretty sure that Tom would love to get back on track this week. But the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, they look in mid-season form right now. And Aaron hasn't missed a beat. He looks like he's having fun playing some of his best football right now. But even as good as Green Bay's offense is, I think you got to just shed light on the defense and what they've been able to do defensively. Probably top 10, in every statistical category. TB12 got his work cut out for him, and everything has to go right.
Brandon, I love how much Michael Vick loves Tom Brady. It warms my heart. And it is absolutely providing for me a template for if sometime in 2026, 2027, if I'm still on television and LeBron is finally to a phase of his career where he's a shell of his former self, of how I should go about talking about him.
If I had a crystal ball and I told you, wow, this game was a blowout, which way would it go? Like a real blowout, like a 24-point ball. Which way?
Packers.
No, which way would it go?
Packers.
No doubt.
Right?
Packers.
Yeah. So I think that informs something about the way that we look at the Bucs offense. The Bucs offense was like this trailer for this movie that you're like, oh my gosh, this Bucs offense is going to be amazing. No risk it, no biscuit. And now they got Tom Brady. And then you watch the movie and you're like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as the trailer.
Right now, would you agree, the Bucs and Packers are in drastically different tiers in the NFL, and what that informs us about their offenses right now?
Absolutely, because the way the Green Bay Packers offense has been able to move fluently up and down the field was the same way that I thought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense would look up until this point, and it hasn't happened. Green Bay is coming out and they are annihilating teams and scoring 30-plus points a game and making it look fairly easy, and I think it's in part to Aaron Rodgers understanding what the offense is really all about, and that hasn't happened for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Don't y'all got to play Green Bay too? Don't y'all got to play on Aaron Rodgers?
At home.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Home, road, gotcha. Gotcha. The better quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. The more accomplished quarterback, the quarterback that has had the best career is Tom Brady. In 16 of his 20 years under Coach Belichick, he's had a top 10 defense. As far as talent, as far as throwing the football, as far as the better of the quarterback. Moving forward, from this day on, I will never, ever say again, Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady.
Really? You'll never, ever say it again? Did we get that on tape? That could change.
No, this is not going to.
This is it.
Guess what? Aaron Rodgers gonna put something on you. You just make sure you have it lined up tomorrow.
Stephen A., whose performance is this game going to be more about? Will it be about Brady or about Rodgers?
I think it's going to be about Brady, and the reason why I think the evidence is there. They're 3-2 on the season. The two worst games that Brady had are the two games they lost. The first game of the season and the one that they just lost last week. When this dude is clicking and he looks like he's clicking and playing at an elite level, somehow, some way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers find a way to win. The success of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to be predicated on Tom Brady. We know what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. The question is, will Tom Brady be up to the task of matching?
The storyline, you're absolutely right. You've identified the storyline heading into the game. But in terms of whose performance will actually determine the outcome of the game, Tom Brady, as usual, since he went down that ravine, Stephen A.
The ravine.
It looked like a cliff from far away. But when I got closer, it turns out it was just a ravine.
You see those Beetlejuice eyes? I can't believe that he needs glasses. You're talking about a cliff to a ravine. If anybody would know the difference between a cliff and a ravine,
from far away, Stephen A.
It would be you.
It was a mirage. But
those are binoculars right there. Go ahead.
Tom Brady, as usual, in the last couple of years, it's not that he can't make throws when you need him to. He's surrounded by offensive weapons, even with the injuries. There's a couple of good tight ends. He's going to have one of his stud receivers. He's riding a defense. He has a real good coach and a defense, and that's what the Bucs are about. But it's really Rodgers who's going to do it. If you replace him with someone else, the Packers are maybe a 500 team, maybe not even. Aaron Rodgers, we're talking about the Super Bowl.
Well, we've seen what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are without Tom Brady. I mean, we know that. I mean, Jameis Winston giving us new meaning for 30 for 30. I mean, 30 interceptions and 30 touchdowns. And when you look at Bruce Arians and the way he likes to air it out, he leads on his quarterback heavily. If he was willing to take chances with Jameis Winston, you know he's willing to take those chances with Tom Brady, which we have seen already. So as a result of that, that puts more of an onus on Tom Brady, somewhat dictating the outcome. I think the Packers will be ready. I'm anticipating that they'll win this game. All I'm saying is that for Tampa Bay to have any kind of chance, Tom Brady got to show up, because Aaron Rodgers is going to show up. Because even when he doesn't show up, he still looks like a guy that showed up.
Gonna try and take it, and he is in for the touchdown. And a flag comes in at the end.
I can't imagine if that's going to be, I don't know what move that is, but.
Brady throws, pass is caught. That's Goblin. Broke one tackle.
That was pretty bad football.
Brady protected, pass is caught. That's Evans, first down, hops out of bounds.
He targeted in since the first time he saw him and just loves the way he plays the game.
Pass is picked, intercepted, back the other way, touchdown. Packers have taken the play clock down to about 1. Here's one broken up, another pick. Deflected, and back is Mike Edwards, just into the ball game, and he is now out of that medical center. They're going to need him here in a moment. Touchdown, Ronald Jones.
Let's go, boys! Put a hang in there! Hold day just like that.
It is a fire drill. Here is Gronkowski with a catch. That in itself is a huge adjustment for the quarterback. Extra men on the run. Brady gets hit, completes, and it's a first down. Flag comes down. Play action for Brady. Gronk. A screen for the big tight end. He's knocked down a few things there that they can do. They're down at 2, left alone, wide open. McCoy. First down, Tampa Bay, down near the 10. Evans now at the top of the screen. Brady likes to look his way as Tom steps up, throws, end zone, pass caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's the rookie Tyler Johnson.
Come on, boys. All right, way to go, Vontae. A lot of playing, huh?
I said, that tells me the center maybe at times doesn't snap the ball too accurately. He goes, well, yeah, maybe.
Here's Godwin.
Arians doesn't dial something up, take a shot.
Green Bay just used second timeout. Here you go. And downfield, Godwin. First down.
They hold him to 3 points. That's a great job. If they can give up a touchdown, that's a whole different feel going in at halftime.
Brady lofts it. Gronkowski. He's got it for the touchdown. And these two have now hooked up 91 times.
I was in. Big ball. Nice job, man. Way to go. Oh. I got it.
Games between the Lions and the Packers. Brady protected pass. Caught Gronkowski.
This is unbelievable by Tom Brady. The route, you got Gronkowski. He ran this earlier, and it was a perfect throw by Brady coming across the field from the other side. This throw right here, that's as good as it gets.
Packers need to stop. Third down and 12. Brady's going to air it out. Downfield, end zone. Miller. Flag.
He's not used to a team beating themselves the way that they did against the Bears.
Handoff here. Jones. Touchdown.
You guys gotta be feet. Yeah.
Welcome to Undisputed. I'm Jenny Taft with, normally Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
Okay. You know, I'm here, Jenny. You know what I do.
Yeah, you're here.
Show up. I don't gloat. I don't brag. I don't boast.
Not gonna come out today, or maybe.
Okay. Okay. Enjoy.
What an entrance, Skip.
Man, you won a game. Sit down. You won one game and you pretend like
How are you? It's a great morning here on Undisputed.
See?
Let me get situated and just do something like this. Original gangsta. Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady, Jr. Original and still gangsta.
You know what, Skip?
Yeah. How are you, Shannon?
We won the championship last. I didn't do all that. I didn't make no grand.
What championship? All that matters is the NFL championship. The Super Bowl is going to be played in Tampa Bay.
Did you win yesterday? You won one game.
Here they come. You believe in this? How are you?
I'm good.
What a great weekend it was.
Okay.
Here, give me a little. Thank you.
Oh, enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Your day coming.
Yeah.
Your day coming,
Okay.
bro.
Skip, are we good? Are we good to start the show?
Yeah, we're great.
I'm going to let you and I'm going to let all these Tampa Bay fans have their moment. You deserve your moment. So it just goes to show you how rare that is for Aaron to play as bad as he played yesterday. But today is all about Tampa, that defense, and what they were able to do.
So, I decided that this morning here on Undisputed, I'm not going to pile on my man Shannon Sharp. I'm not going to rub it in.
What is that?
But I will say, to begin my unleashing here, that you have been wrong on Tom Brady. You have retired him for 4 straight years. And yesterday, Tom Brady had the best QBR in all the league. Week 6 QBR of 96. Is that good? Scale of 0 to 100. Aaron Rodgers had an 18. So my scoreboard read 96 to 18. Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers.
Not 38-10, huh?
No, it was not. Although, if you ask Tom Brady today, this morning, hey, Tom, what down is it? He'd say, I think Green Bay's down 38 to 10. How about that?
Okay, yeah, so much for not gloating and piling on.
Do I?
Okay, do you see that?
Yep.
That's your guy.
Okay, but
the GOAT.
Okay, the GOAT, the undisputed GOAT, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., was so much better than the man you call the greatest thrower of the football ever.
Just take it to the head.
That was a disaster.
It was.
In the second quarter, your man Aaron Rodgers, the greatest thrower of the football ever, went 3 of 13 for a grand total of 21 yards. This is just the second quarter. He got outscored 28 to nothing because he nearly threw 2 pick sixes, as you pointed out, one for sure. Meanwhile, in the second quarter, the GOAT was going 12 of 14 for 96 yards, which basically put the game away just in the second quarter alone. Mid-third quarter, he was backed up near his goal line, and he lost track. If you can believe this, the greatest thrower of the football ever, he lost track of the play clock.
So if you want to say Tom Brady played great for a quarter, he played outstanding for the second quarter, which blew the ball game open.
Before I get to Brady's performance yesterday, allow me to thank publicly the Green Bay running back Jamal Williams, who on some podcast last week, he just ridiculed Brady. He made jokes about him. He said, my quarterback, Aaron, would never, he prepares too hard to forget what down it is.
I'm pretty sure my quarterback knows what down it is.
You do not tug on Superman's cape. You do not ignite Psycho Tom. You do not bring him out because he's going to lock in and laser focus and get even with you. Do you realize they had 0 penalties yesterday? The most penalized team in the league. The most penalized team last year, pre-Brady, and this year with Brady, to the point everybody was ridiculing his decision for choosing loosey-goosey Bruce Arians. Right. No risk it, no biscuit, bombs away. 0 penalties, 0 turnovers, 0 sacks. It was about as perfect a game overall as you could play.
A handful of games that's happening in the history of the game?
That is correct. And I believe, despite all the flack that Brady took for yelling at his offensive linemen in Chicago in that game that we watched, the disaster game, because he is trying to reset the culture in Tampa Bay, which I call Tompa Bay. He's trying to reestablish a Patriot way with the Buccaneers, who used to be the Succaneers. And maybe it's starting to take hold because, as Bruce Arians said after the game, he set a new level for us that we're now going to have to live up to.
Well, Tampa is not celebrating anything else.
Tampa hosts the Super Bowl? Is it possible?
It is impossible.
Are you impressed with Brady's Bucks or disappointed in Rodgers' Packers?
Man, I'm disappointed in these Packers, bro. I am, and I know I'm biased, but I was on the Packers high last week. I was like, of course, A-Rod gonna go out there and embarrass them, show everybody how old Tom Brady is, and then you come in here and just embarrass yourself and me at the same time. But Tom Brady's Bucks is actually the Levante David Bucks, maybe Ndamukong Suh's Bucks, Todd Bowles'
really?
Bucks.
They scored 30
I'm not calling them Tom Brady's Bucks.
Oh, man, I'm so impressed with Tom Brady.
With Tom Brady?
And the Buccaneers.
Thank you. Lead with the Buccaneers.
I lead with the name that leads them, which is Tom Brady, the GOAT. This was a team that was hyped up to be a Super Bowl contender. Okay, and then you starting to pick them apart for any micro moment to just say, see, that's what I'm talking about. They're not going to do it this year. Oh, Tom Brady doesn't even know what down it is. His old Alzheimer's. He doesn't even know it's 4th down.
The Bucs scored 38 straight. It was all bad. So, Wilds, I was surprised the Bucs won. I was shocked the manner in which they won.
Bucs don't have the same quarterback as the other two teams. He's not capable of as much at this point in his career.
We saw Aaron Rodgers, who had been the bad man. You know, that sounds more like a sheep than a goat. The bad man that Stephen A. Smith had been talking about all season, but we didn't see that yesterday. I believe they become the toughest out in the NFC.
Oh, really? Including the Bears, who just beat them because their quarterback made the play at the end of the game to put him in field goal range and Tom Brady couldn't? I'll say something nice about Tom Brady. After last week, with all the mental errors made on the field, with the offensive line moonwalking down the field, and with Tom Brady humiliating himself by forgetting the downs after chewing them out, I was completely unsurprised that they played mistake-free football this week. And when people point to Brady's leadership and all that, I do think that has something to do with the mistake-free performance. A Tom Brady quarterback team, after a game like last week, is going to cut weight. It doesn't mean they have to be perfect like they were yesterday, basically, but you know they're not going to repeat that, and that's to his credit.
These are the teams we really care about. Again, from the bottom up. Playoffs, but no ring. Each of those 5 teams there has a fatal flaw. In Tampa, in Cleveland, it's about the fact that their quarterbacks melt when pressured this year. Look at the numbers.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, really? Yeah. What do you, it's not even, I keep saying it. I said it all week. It has nothing to do with the Bucks. It has everything to do with you and Tom Brady. What has happened to you and Tom Brady? Did he not give you an autograph? Did something happen? Why do you not respect the Bucks? The Bucks should probably be right underneath the champs and have their own category as GOAT. Now I'll give you the champs. I'll give you that, right? That's their throne. They earned it. The other teams have to knock them off. But the Bucks can easily be right there, man.
Well, it says week 7, entering week 7, so we'll see what happens this week. This will be fluid. This will be movement. There will be movement. Unlike my NBA tiers, which it's very hard to create movement on, there will be week-to-week movement on this.
I got one question. What do they have to do to move up? Just tell me that, because there's everything they've done this far. You have crushed them. You haven't given them the credit. So what do they have to do to earn your respect and move up to the next level?
Okay, how about this? Beat the Raiders, get to 5-2, have Brady.
Let me write this down.
Beat the Raiders and have Brady look good.
Okay.
And they'll move up, and that's all they've got to do.
Brady
to move up one spot.
What does look good? What does look good mean to you when you say Brady look good? Because your standards are out of this world. So beat the Raiders, Brady look good.
Beat the Raiders and Brady look good. Okay, so let's just. It's been a few weeks since he had a game where he both threw for at least 175 yards and didn't forget what down it was. So let's just check both those.
So can we say 200? Can we say 200?
Let's get through the 225 yards. 225 yards.
225
and you beat
yards.
the Raiders.
Okay.
Beat the Raiders.
Right,
no pick sixes.
Oh, you know Vegas. Yeah. You know what? Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But it's going to be televised. This time the revolution will be televised.
Really?
Yes.
Well, they got the Texans who gave up 600 yards, so I think he should.
I ain't talking about the Texans. I'm talking about your team. I'm talking about the Bucks.
My team.
Yeah, they go to Vegas.
Yeah.
What happens in Vegas will not stay in Vegas this time. Yes.
Okay. I like my team's chances.
I like the Vegas. I like old John Gruden get ready.
Do you?
Oh, he got bad blood. Oh, Tampa fired you, John. You remember that? They got you up out of there. Oh, I'm ready.
Brady with a good pocket to throw from, and he finds Rob Gronkowski.
Out of defense to where they can't rush your quarterback like they'd like to.
Brady will toss it, looking for Tanner Hudson, reaching high for that grab.
On one, you can see him right here, and for Tom Brady, now you throw the underneath, obviously, but for Tom Brady, you've got those matchups.
Trying to cash in. Sneak from Brady, and he'll power it home for the touchdown. Did that in week 1. His first Tampa Bay score was a rushing touchdown against the Saints. He gets his second of the year.
Way to go. Nice shot, Benny. Way to go.
And Brady does it better than anybody's ever done it at the quarterback stage.
Brady and the Bucs start this series from the 15-yard line. Cross for Fournette, the juggle, the catch, and the first down.
Extra week to get you healthy for this matchup against the Raiders.
Brady fires, Godwin with a diving grab across the 40-yard. Brady off the fake. Pass time. Throws for Gronkowski, and he's got it inside the 5-yard line. Jeff Heath put a shoulder into him when Gronkowski secures it.
He's a guy that's a little bit touched in the center there.
Red zone chance, looking for Gronk, and he's got it for a touchdown. Back-to-back weeks, Rob Gronkowski finding the end zone, and the Bucs have taken the lead. Third down for Brady. Michigan Wolverine will fire over the middle to Chris Godwin, and he's one timeout left. Raiders have all three of theirs. Brady fires, and he's got Godwin for another first down. Heath was there to help stop it at the 41-yard line.
Ability to catch that football, that's beautifully done.
Comeback route to Miller. He's got it on the sideline and is able to escape.
That's supposed to be pass interference.
Sets a break for Las Vegas. Fourth down coming up here, and Brady converts it to Godwin. The Raiders to get out. Brady, deep shot. To the end zone for Miller, and it is caught for a touchdown. Miller and Lawson battling again. Lawson got the best of him last time. This time, Scotty Miller wins it for 6.
Nobody's stopping it.
You know, 4 times and on, it's probably not going to get called.
This time, Miller going deep, and Brady finds him again.
Make it DB, perhaps either have to go underneath or over the top of those crossing routes.
Good timing route with Cameron Great on the out that time in front of Lawson. It's good. Brady, a quick throw to the outside for Miller.
Either a 3rd down 13 situation is exactly where you want to put this offense.
Brady, check down, Fournette, needs the 43, dives ahead.
Running hard and kind of bringing his own block on certain plays.
There's the first grab for Evans. It's good enough for a first down to the 23-yard line.
Obviously got away with it.
On 3rd down, Miller. Trying to run towards the pylons.
Zodmaster, he still got it right there. Look at it.
Brady looking for Godwin. And it is Holden for the touchdown. A clutch score past the halfway point of the 4th for Chris Godwin of the Bucs. To a field goal, it remains a 2-touchdown game just as it was a few plays ago.
Brought an extra offensive line for protection.
Here's Godwin, makes the catch, reaches for the end zone. They'll mark him down just shy of a 1. Awesome. Here's Jones leaping up top, and he's in for the touchdown. The takeaway, and then 2 plays later, Jones punches it home.
Break that pass up and create that interception.
Here's Evans, and he hauls it in. That's the 2nd catch of the day for Mike Evans. Any hitters have had some issues with that. John Groot had an issue with that early in the year. Everybody trying to rectify that. Brady, back of the end zone for Tyler Johnson, and he hauls it in for a touchdown. The sluggish start this year, it felt like they seemingly look sharper and sharper each week offensively.
Anytime you hang 45 on somebody in the NFL, you're doing something right.
Yesterday, Tom Brady threw the ball better than I had seen him throw the ball in a year, year and a half, maybe even 2 years. He was in complete command. And the thing that I loved about what he did yesterday, every time the Raiders made a mistake, he made them pay the ultimate price. And that's what the really good ones do.
So that's the first time in his career he's thrown 4 touchdown passes with a rushing touchdown. And the quarterback sneak, again, qualifies Tom Brady as the greatest quarterback sneaker I have ever seen. And it's not even close because he just doesn't miss with the quarterback sneak. And you would think of a guy who's kind of soft and not very mobile, but help me out. Have you ever seen somebody who can pick a hole better and burrow better with more guts and courage than Brady does?
He's unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. That's his best play, actually, is the quarterback sneak. It is automatic.
Because, Skip, I think what you don't realize, because 1 minute he'll go over the top, and then the next minute he'll burrow to the left, burrow to the right. So it's really hard to get a key on what actually he's going to do. But give Tom Brady credit, Skip. Yesterday was as good as I've seen him in a couple of years.
Beat the Raiders and have Brady look good.
Okay.
And they'll move up, and that's all they've got to do. 225 yards. 225 yards.
225
and beat
yards.
the Raiders.
Okay.
Beat the Raiders.
All right,
no pick sixes.
Right.
Hey, I told my man Nick on numerous occasions, that the GOAT is the GOAT, man. He's gonna find a way to beat you or come get you at some point or another.
What I could say is, yeah, Tom Brady was great yesterday against, the 28th ranked pass defense, a team that's 30th in the NFL in sacks, and I want to see him do it against a better team.
Runs in motion. Carr on 2nd and 6. Downfield. Connection made with Aguilar. Touchdown, Raiders. Edge, because I don't know how much more weight he can put on. 3rd down and 9. Mahomes sidesteps. Mahomes doesn't see it. And he gets crushed. Can the Chiefs convert? Mahomes drifting. Downfield. Intercepted. His first of the season. Jeff Heath comes away with it. And Heath could go. Tripped up by Mahomes inside the 5.
But I'm not going to be wildly unfair the way you guys just were about Baker. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 5 touchdowns against anybody is great. Tom Brady was great yesterday. Now, do I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in football still? I do not. However, where I can admit I was wrong was going into the Bears game. I said I thought the Bucs were going to go 1-2 or 0-3. Not only did they not go 1-2 or 0-3, they went 2-1, and the 2 wins were in blowout fashion, and the 1 loss was by 1 point against the Bears when Brady forgot the down, and so they could have won that game. So I do feel like it is time for me to admit I have underestimated the Bucs to a degree, and that Brady was brilliant yesterday. Now, do I think Brady is going to be vintage Tom? No. Do I think that he's going to have a lot of performances like this? No. But this was the single best football game, Brandon, I've seen him play since week 3, 2017 against a rookie Deshaun Watson. So I have to give him credit for that because he was spectacular yesterday. Anyone could see that.
This is one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen on television. You stand on the table for Baker Mayfield, who's inconsistent in 3 years. We don't know who this guy is. Is he the man? Is he the face of the franchise, or is he a bust? And then you have Tom Brady, who for 20 years have won at an alarming rate, who is the GOAT, who won 6 Super Bowls. He's on to his 7th. Those are basketball numbers. Most guys dream to play football for 6 years. He's won 6 Super Bowls, and you refuse to give this man credit. We talk about the Bucs, you blame it on Brady. We talk about Brady, you talk about the Bucs. Nick, I don't know what else he needs to do to convince you. I am convinced that you will never, ever give him love.
I've given him credit whenever he's deserved it. But let me be very clear about this. He defied the cliff prediction originally by 1 year. I said 18 months would cover the next 2 seasons. And then the following year, he won the Super Bowl, but clearly is not the same player. Now, we all knew what was going to happen when he went to Tampa this year. He was going to look good, or the best version of himself, because he went to an ideal situation. I agree Brady's looked good, especially recently as the season has worn on. There's no question, better than I anticipated he'd look on some of these throws. His circumstances have a lot to do with it. Brady is in a perfect situation, and to his credit, he is making the most of it.
I passed my time to Brian Clark.
You yield your time.
I'm not.
From LSU.
I meant what I said when I said it early in the show. I will not entertain any dribble from Max Kellerman about Tom Brady.
That's fine.
All of these guys who we look at and we say, you know what, these are lifelong Patriots. These are guys who are going to be in the Ring of Honor. Sometimes he lets them go a little bit before their time is up. And Bill Belichick's always smart about that. But this time, Brady flipped it on him. Brady saw what was coming. Brady understood what he needed, and maybe he wasn't that quarterback that could just take anybody and take him to the Super Bowl anymore. But he was good enough to win 12 games with that crew last year, even though it declined at the end. He said, you know what? But if I get in the right position, I'm on this TB12. I'm taking the right supplements. I'm doing the right things. I get in the right spot. I can make these plays. So he leaves for Tampa Bay. And what he's shown us at Tampa Bay is not only can he still be a great quarterback, he's actually showing us he's a better GM than Bill Belichick is. Because look, he got Gronk to come out of retirement and they signed him. He's getting AB to come back, and he's going to be there in Week 9. He got Leonard Fournette once he was released from the Jacksonville Jaguars to come to Tampa Bay. So not only was he smart enough to cut bait when he needed to cut bait from New England, he's also been better at assembling a team of weapons for himself.
Let me first explain the Cliff prediction, because I heard this with first Brett Favre and then Peyton Manning. Brett Favre, when he was 40 years old, went 12-4, passed for over 4,000 yards when that meant something. Threw 33 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, which for him especially was really good. And I heard he could play till he's 45. He's the greatest of all time. 41, he was done. Played one more season, but he was done. 38 years old, Peyton Manning, coming off 55 touchdowns the year before. Threw 4,700 yards, 39 touchdowns. Also, like Favre, went 12-4. And I was hearing he could play until he's 45. He's the greatest of all time, and he's done the next season. Won the Super Bowl, but he was finished as a quarterback. That was the cliff. Right around that age, 40 years old, certainly 41, 42, it was over. I just looked at the actuary tables, basically, right? And said that, no one's ever done it. If Tom Brady does it, he will be defying the odds. The fact that he has, he's defied the odds. And everyone who said, no, of course Tom Brady will do it, were the same people telling me Brett Favre was going to do it and Peyton Manning was going to do it. When you do something exceptional, if you are taking away the odds against it, you're actually taking credit away from the player. The fact that no one had done it until Tom Brady seemed to suggest that he also wouldn't do it. The fact that he's done it adds to his legacy as the greatest of all time, but I can't deny the way he's playing. It's not just that he has weapons, he looks really good using them.
Stephen A., you got anything else, or are you good?
Nothing at all.
You're not talking to Max anymore about this?
No.
I don't really have anything to say.
Well, Molly, I guess you could take it away, because Max has conceded, even though he won't say it, that he's wrong. He's going to use very large Ivy League words to
like the Fonz before me.
Did you say it?
I will say I was I was It's all that comes out.
Just finish
I hear you.
G. I need to hear the hard G. Of course I watched Happy Days.
Well,
I want to hear the hard G. Just say it. Just say it. Look in the camera. Single shot of Max. Can we get a single shot of Max here? Director?
Here it is. Let's go, Max.
All right, there we go. Max, just say it. Just look into the camera. Say,
Molly
I was
wrong.
No, say, I was wrong. Tom Brady never fell off a cliff. Please do it.
I was wrong. Tom Brady never fell off a cliff.
Good job. Now you can have your snack and enjoy recess. Good job, Max. Let's give him a round of applause, everybody. The studio's giving you a round of applause. Good job, Max.
I'm the winner again. Yay for me.
Good job, Max. You owned it. All right, on that note.
That's all I was asking.
Yeah.
That's all I said. That's what I asked in the first hour.
4.5 years, and
I
you
like
did.
the way Molly asked better.
I'm so proud of you.
I delivered it.
It's more like a ravine.
Oh, God. All right, let's go to break.